Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well and welcome to today's naval scenario. We're going to find out which is or was America's best naval fleet defender interceptor, 1960 to 2030. First, sorry about my voice, it was a rough weekend, but we'll get through it. There are 5 aircraft we're interested in today. From the 1960s, the F-4B Phantom II. Top speed, ? Why is that? Well, what we're looking at here is the top speed that the aircraft in the sim DCS are modelled to. This aircraft here is made by the good guys at VSN. They've locked away the flight model in an EFM, which means we can't go and check. So we just have to assume they've made it correct. The beyond visual range missile of this aircraft is the AIM-7F Sparrow with a range of about 20 miles? I'm not sure. Next, F-14B Tomcat, representing the 1970s and the 1980s. Top speed in-game, we've got it up to Mach 2.2, about 40,000 feet. Its beyond visual range missile is the always impressive AIM-54C. With a range of about 90 miles, it's going to be restricted by the range of the radar, I expect. And I'm expected to see about 90 miles, maybe 100, maybe even a little above. Into the 1990s, we have the FA-18C Hornet. Top speed as modelled in-game, clean. I should say all of these speeds here are without missiles. Missiles, fuel tanks will lower the top speeds by creating more drag. So you've got to bear that in mind, viewers. Top speed clean in-game, Mach 1.8. Beyond visual range air-to-air missile is the 1990s AIM-120C5 with a range of about 50 miles in perfect scenario. Next, in the 2000s and 2010s, we've got the FA-18F Super Hornet. Top speed, again, about Mach 1.8, a very similar design as the Legacy Hornet, with a beyond visual range air-to-air missile of AIM-120D1 with a range of about 90 miles. And finally, F-35C Lightning II. Top speed limited to Mach 1.6, and its beyond visual range air-to-air missile is going to be the slightly futuristic AIM-260 JTAM with a whopping range of 130 miles. Just to reiterate, guys, none of these aircraft will go these speeds today. All of them have drag of their missiles and external stores modelled, including the F-35, which will have external stores on today, so the speed achieved will all be lower. Today's scenario is thus. We have Bullseye in the centre. 50 miles out from Bullseye, 50 miles, are 5 carrier groups. There, 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 and there. Going anti-clockwise, that is the F-4B, the F-14 Tomcat, the Legacy Bug, the Super Bug, and the F-35C. Attacking each carrier group independently but identically are 12 bombers. Each bomber is a Tu-22M3 carrying 3 supersonic long-range anti-ship missiles. They are going to do one thing, and that is to travel at about 40,000 feet, charge the carrier as fast as they can, and launch the missiles at their maximum range, which, based on the sensor limitation of the aircraft, is about 170 nautical miles, shown by this yellow ring here. Once the bombers get to the yellow ring, they fire their missiles and they blow the carrier group up. Range rings from not the centre of the circle, but from the carriers are 300 nautical miles, 350 statute miles, 250 nautical miles, 200, 150, 150, 0. Just so we can keep a track on the progress of each aircraft. All 5 carrier groups are set up otherwise identically with the same ships, the same speeds, and each an AWACS in about the same positions. So we've got 5 experiments going on at once simultaneously. We're going to see which type of aircraft can defend the carrier the best. Quick look at the aircraft in more detail. The F4, there are 12 AI on each of the carrier. All AI are set to maximum skill level and to fire their missiles at maximum range. I've made no other stipulations. The F4 Phantom will have 4 AIM-7 and 4 AIM-9 and some fuel tanks, which they will need to go far enough. Each also has a human starting 10 miles behind the carrier. They don't interact with the carrier very well, the humans. So they're going to start 10 miles behind the carrier. Guys, you'll spawn in. You'll buzz over the carrier as if you were taking off. The F-14B from the 70s and 80s, always an impressive aircraft, has 6 AIM-54C Mark 60 long-range bomber intercept missiles and a couple of sidewinders and a couple of bags. The Legacy Bug is here. A lot of you keeps asking, why is it called Bug? Hornet. Hornet Bug. Bug Hornet. has 10 AIM-120C5 AMRAAMs and AIM-9X, 2 of them, and a fuel tank. The Superbug, the F model, 12 AIM-120D1s with a range of about 90 miles, 2 sidewinders, and a fuel tank. So these are all very heavily weighed down aircraft, viewers, but weight of fire is what we're really interested in today. There's no point sending them up with a couple of AMRAAMs. F-35, I mean, this thing's a friggin' beast, viewers. Look at this, 12 JTAMs with ranges of over 130 miles when that finally goes into service. That's an impressive beast. Which leads us on to predictions. And this is going to be really interesting, and we haven't tried it. We've done some nitpicking and some debugging, but we have not actually found out which one's going to be the best, guys. What's the most important, weight of fire or speed? They're all going to take off at the same rate. The carriers are all identical. They'll operate the same. What's most important? Is it the speed getting to the target? Is it the range of the missile? Is it the weight of fire, the amount of missiles you can fire? Is it the tracking ability of the missile? Or all 4? It's got to be all 4, right, hasn't it, guys?
It's the will to kill in your hearts that matters.
Huh. Well, the Tomcat's got that. I think the best machine here, speed-wise, is the Tomcat, guys. It was designed. It's the only thing here that was designed for it. F-35 definitely wasn't. Superbug and Bug definitely weren't. Tomcat was designed to go really fast with its missiles. It's all designed around that. So I'm pretty sure Tomcat's going to go the fastest. But its weight of fire is pretty crap. It's only got 6 long-range missiles, which is half of that of the F-35C.
Me and the F4 Phantom resent your comment about top speed. We can do Mach 2.2.
Yeah, but can you do it with missiles? That was my concern. But this thing was designed to do it with the missiles, hence these funny pallets and stuff. I'll be surprised if your F4 gets very fast with missiles, personally.
In my experience, the Tomcat loaded with 654s is not very fast, even at altitude.
I'd honestly prefer taking 4.
I'll do that if you want, guys. I'm happy to personalize for them if you want. But yeah, I'll do that now, viewers, just very quickly.
Yeah, take my wing Phoenixes off. And same thing with my AIM-9s. I don't need any of that.
You've heard it first with Sockington's request. He wants that speed, and can't blame him, guys. Me, I think, oh man, that's a really hard. I think weight of fire is so important here, viewers. And I think the F-35 with 12 missiles, it's not Tomcat fast, but moderately fast. We might get Mach 1.3 out of it with stores on. But it can fire so far away, and 12, it can guide 12 in at once. I've got to think F-35C. Any final guesses?
As technology has evolved, capabilities have evolved and expanded. One of the things I want to point out about the F4 that's going to be different than the rest of the jets is it's really kind of going to be limited to locking a target, killing that target, finding the next, killing that target. Slow, more methodical process for the F4.
Yeah, so you've got old 1960s radar, old 1960s missiles. 1 target at a time is all you can fire at. Whereas the F-35C can lock, 12 targets up at once and fire them, all of his missiles off at once because of the technology changeovers.
If the Tomcat was still the best out there, we would still have a Tomcat flying.
Yeah. And welcome to the scenario. Simba, F-4B, Salsa, F-35C, Fire, Legacy Bug, Sock, F-14B, Bird, Superbog. 3, 2, 1, go. Everything's on the board, as you can see, viewers, but they are literally hundreds of miles out. 372 miles out. So today is endurance as well as firepower. Guys, make sure you buzz your aircraft carriers, please. That will simulate you taking off. I'm going to go and have a look at the carriers first. F-35C. Next. Super Boggington. I'll take off in pairs. That's very efficient. Next.
They really do move in herds.
They do, don't they?
Getting ready to buzz my carrier at the super bug or the regular bug.
Watching. I can't see you. Yeah, there you go.
F4's about to buzz it. It's just under Mach, resenting your slow comments.
I did say it was slow, didn't I? Don't you lot? Tomcat.
Sorry, Goose.
Tomcats. Viewers, the only aircraft here that was specifically designed to do this job. And that later converted to do other jobs. And
finally, Cap, I just buzzed my carrier at Mach 1, and Jester just yelled at me saying that the CO's going to buzz our ass for
well, there, you shouldn't buzz it at supersonic speed, should you? Look at this for sexy fighter viewers. F4. How cool is that? Man. Very good. Very good.
Damp, you better check yourself. You'll find yourself flying a rubber dog poo out of Hong Kong.
You will, guys.
That's what I deserve.
So the most important thing now, viewers, they'll all get off the carrier at the same speed. They're all programmed the same. But what's important now is how quickly they can get to altitude and up to speed. It's going to find out who's fastest. So The front runner here is Simba at 10,000 feet and just around Mach 1, I believe. Sock is, what, 24,000 feet, Sock? How did you get there? And supersonic. Viewers, look at that. Such a plane. And it's well modeled in game as well, viewers. Fire in the legacy bug here is transonic and Angels 22. That's actually pretty good. Moderately lightweight aircraft. Next, wow, look at Bird. Angels 35. What a beast. More powerful, obviously, than the legacy bug, but also slightly heavier. What's your speed, if you know it?
0.84 right now, just staying supersonic, subsonic to a climb.
Roger, I mean, it's a nice plane, but it's not a powerhouse. That plane, this plane's quite good. It's 40,000 pounds of thrust. South side, Angels 32. Speed south, sir, if you know it.
1.36.
Wow, 1.36. You're pretty much a top speed already. What an absolute beast, viewer. So far, it's a real race between the F-35 and the Tomcat. That said, the Tomcat's higher, 40,000 feet. 40,000 feet already. That was impressive. That's a heavy, heavy plane as well. Let's see who's furthest away from the carriers. So, Bug is 25 miles. Super Bug is 25 miles. Tomcat is 27 miles. Phantom is 24 miles. Phantom's slowest. F-35 is 33 miles. F-35 slightly in the lead. Sock's got more altitude, but the F-35 is faster laterally at the moment. The F-35 has been seriously impressive, but it is genuinely impressive plane, viewers. It can do 40,000 pounds of thrust, which is the same as both engines in the Superbug.
Yeah, but let's see him lose one engine. I can still fly.
Also, another good point is half of his stores, viewers, are in here, causing no drag at all, whereas all of the stores of the Superbug are outside, causing drag. So that's a bonus for the F-35. F-4 is a big, heavy tonker, and its engines aren't that powerful. Lovely engines, J79s, but, you know, just old 1960s tech, essentially. But damn, it looks fine. 28,000 feet. Still a Mark II fighter, so still a real piece of kit. Right, we're nearly 6 minutes in. We're going to go do some speed checks for the lols. Sock, do you have a mark for us, please?
Mach 1.25.
1.25. You are actually getting caught up by your guys behind you, so they've done something. They're 100 knots faster than you, Sock, behind you. They've done something slightly more efficient. Fire in the bog. Speed, please.
Mach 1.05 at 38,000.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's just not that powerful. And look how draggy it is, viewers. That's he's not going to be getting a huge amount faster, unfortunately. Bird, credentials, please.
1.35, Angels 40.
Pretty good. Again, I doubt you'll get much faster than that. You're pretty much maxed out in the Superbug, 1.3. F-35 Salsa, credentials, please.
1.44 at 44,000.
It's pretty much you maxed out. 1.44 maxed out. Superbug maxed out 1.35 or whatever it was. Fire is struggling to get past Mark 1.1. He will get there. It will just take ages in that plane. Socks, about 1.3 now, I'd imagine.
1.6.
You 1.6, Sock? You've traded in some altitude, I guess.
Yep.
Well done. Fastest plane on the map. Fastest plane on the map now. Sock at 1.6, and he will just keep going. And that plane, that's the slower of the versions. The A model we've got is even faster. Simba's doing a great job there. Simba, can I get a speed from you if you know it?
1.1 on climbing.
1.1, so about the same as the Legacy Bog, which makes sense. It's got about the same power.
I'll keep accelerating. I just did a climb to get above 30, and that dumps some speed.
Will go faster than the Bog eventually, viewers. Distance now is about 180 miles. Now, here's the thing, firepower-wise, the AIM 260 here is going to do about 130 miles, viewers, which is 30-40 miles more than the Phoenix.
Mach 1.8.
1.8, the top speed of a slick Bog. That is amazing. Let's see Sock's distance from the carrier. Sock has now travelled 80 nautical miles in 8 minutes, plus a 10 that he took to run up, so 90 miles.
Mach 1.9.
Look at this thing getting in its stride. It can swing its wings back, obviously, viewers, aiding its top speed immensely. Real piece of kit, that is. And you can just see by looking at it, it's designed for one thing only, can't you? Look at that. Get to the bomber before the bomber can do the thing. That's Tomcat.
Legacy Bog is at Mach 1.2.
1.2.
Sock has target lock.
Impressive. Right, well, you can fire at will. I don't know what the RMAX of your missile on, so I'm deferring to you, Sock. You got the big one. F-35s will be in Wes in 30 nautical miles.
Official target lock at 155 miles.
That's an AWG-90 radar from the 1970s, viewers. That can lock a target further away, or as far away, as a modern AESA radar. It's not as good, generally speaking, for all sorts of reasons, but it can lock a target just as far, just by sheer power. How fast did you get, Bird? Are you still at your Mach 1.35?
Yeah, tapped out there.
Yeah, yeah. When he gets his missiles off, it'll go a lot faster, viewers, but as fast as he can get at the moment. But it is an absolute workhorse. Look at it, viewers. It's designed to work.
It's on radar now.
Bombers on radar. You are.
Mach 2.
Wow, Sockingtons. Jesus. You got Mach 2 in that thing. You are 125 nautical miles away. Salsa. You are just about in where, Salsa? In fact, your friends are shooting. The first missile's fired. Oh my god, he blew up. He shot his own friggin' friend down. I don't know why that happened.
Look at that.
Yeah, he shot his own guy down. Huh.
Black smoke.
They're flying in type formation.
Sock launching 110.
They've decided to fly in formation, viewers, and they're shooting their own guys down. What do you want me to do? Well done, Sock. Impressive stuff. Viewers, the scoreboard may not work properly today. I didn't get back in time to set it up properly, so we'll just see how it goes. Well done, Sockington. Look at that. Look at how it goes, viewers. It goes straight up into the thin air. I wonder if that's how the real one worked. Wouldn't it be interesting to know? Look at that. It's straight up. It's almost like a ballistic missile. Really impressive. Now it's weight of fire, viewers. Quality of radar. Look at his AIM-260s coming out. Okay, this guy hasn't shot his friend. He was damn close to doing so. Remember, guys, if you get a choice, use high PRF on your radar. AIM-260 JTAM, two-piece missile. Superior than the Phoenix in almost every way, as you'd expect, because it's 50 years older. But AIM-54 is in its realm right now. And I'm surprised the Super Bugs haven't fired. They are. Oh, they're slightly out of Wes, look. 96 miles.
Looks like we have jammers on here.
Yeah, why not? They may carry jammers, guys, in which case it's going to have to be a home on jam and hope for the best. And it's Phoenix. The Phoenix has slowed down. The Phoenix is going slower than Sock right now. What is that all about, viewers? It's going so slow. It's 113,000 feet. That's a very interesting flight path for a missile. I guess they needed to get them up high because of their big, thick bodies causing all that drag. They need to get it up into space and the thin air.
Big, thick bodies.
Super Bugs are firing.
All right, Super Bugs are out with the AIM-120D1s, viewers. Yep, wow, they're really pumping them out. Oof. Going into an offensive notch. All gone, but I don't know, some. A thing happened, basically. Right, guys, it's hard to keep an eye. What's going to get first, a Phoenix or AIM-260? About the same time, I would say, but it looks like the target selection has been more efficient with the AIM-260. Of course, the AIM-260 is guided by a data link from the AWACS, whereas the DAMPS missile is being guided by him. His own radar, one down. They're not, like I said, they're not showing up for scoreboard viewers because I didn't get time to set them up. A whole bunch down here. Let's go and have a look at the Phoenixes. In come the Phoenixes. They're hitting. Well done, Sock. Bigger warhead. Bigger chance of taking the bomber down. Now that's an advantage of the Phoenix. Sock's going to get 4 frigging kills from 1970s aircraft, almost as fast as the F-35C. Guys, when each bomber set gets killed, I will pause the game so I can record the results, so expect pauses to happen. One on Sockington. You've almost killed all your frigging bombers. Tomcat viewers. There's some missile failures here for whatever reason. I imagine some kind of thing happened. Any of your bombers dying yet? Bird, sorry.
I don't think so.
Watch out, coming to have a look. Sock, let me know when you've killed all your bombers. Oh,
First missiles are about to hit.
You're gonna hit these guys hard. Bang. 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 In fact, I won't pause it, guys. I'll go back on tack view and look at it afterwards, so I won't interrupt you. Very efficient firing from the AIM-120D1. Oh, very efficient firing indeed. F-35s are making a meal of it. They've not killed all their guys. F-14s are doing about the same as the F-35s, but they're coming unstuck now. They've run out of ammo. Look, they've run out of ammo, viewers. They're having to go in with their sidewinders and stuff. That's a big problem. Legacy Bogs are firing. What about F-4s? F-4s haven't made a target yet. Just a little too cumbersome. Great work from the Super Bogs. They're catching up. They've caught
Target
up.
locked at 57 miles.
Roger. Way outside Wes. Come on. No one's won yet. It's anyone's game, guys. You're targeting bodies.
Fox 3 on the last target.
See, this viewers, they're targeting dead bodies. It's a thing that happens. They don't know whether the bomber's dead or not when the missile's tracking. If they just, they still sit on their radar. Well done, Super Bogs, for catching up.
Two more left in the Super Bug.
Yep. Who's going to win? One missile out on this guy. He's still going. This guy could make it through. South is going to have to deal with him. Oh, Superbog's going to win.
And-
Superbog's going to win.
We do not have home on jam, so
Roger. No, you
every time
don't.
it jams, we lose targets.
15:45. Superbog wins. Just waiting for F-35 to clear up now. Aiming on next with Salsa. Shoot DCS. The Tomcats did brilliant, viewers, but what happens is they've all run out of ammo. And they're in
Sonic's
here.
about to do a guns kill.
Watching. They're all here gunning. That was the problem with them.
We've achieved burn through.
Well done. Get their faces off.
Oh, we're still outside of West.
F-35's just made a mess of it. They're like, I don't know what they're doing, but Salsa, shoot that man for God's sake. Salsa's trying to get some pride back in the F-35s.
F4 Fox 2.
It's simple whimper.
Splash.
F-35s are done, RTB. Simba's getting in there. I've got to go and watch the Tomcats to see them chew them up. Last, Tomcats about to be in third place. We just didn't have the firepower, viewers. Super Boggington. Oh, Super Boggington. Legacy Bog failed. The kitchens are out. What about the F4s? Right. Oh, this is interesting, viewers, to see these missiles. Supersonic, kitchen, long-range anti-ship missiles. Not something to be taken lightly. Now, which one got the most missiles off onto target, I guess is the most important thing. Almost certainly the F4. Oh, I don't know. Go on, Phantoms. Deal with those things. Poor old, terrible, terrible missile, the Sparrow, viewers. Great in the 60s, okay in the 70s, terrible in the 80s. Legacy Boggington's about to finish theirs. Pop. Last one.
I may have failed, but I got 10 air-to-air kills.
That's quite impressive, guys. Oh, one's got through fire. And he's actually faster plane than you, even though he's a bomber. One's got through. What about the F4s? The F4s are actually doing a good job mopping up. Boom. Gotcha. Oh, God, I feel so sorry for them, viewers. The Legacy Bogs aren't even powerful enough to catch this guy up. What are they going to do? That might get him. Never feel sorry for a Bog Valley, viewers. They bring it on themselves.
Did it to
That's a lot of fun there.
Oh, God, the missiles are so puny, they won't even kill the bomber. Finally. Okay, you guys have done it. RTB. Just waiting for the Phantoms now. SM2's out. I mean, these kitchens probably won't. Oh, man, maybe they will kill the fleets. I don't know, viewers. I didn't get this far in testing. One more bomber on your side, Simba. He's crawling home down to the southwest. They're going to come down terminal about Mark 1, 2.5, I'm guessing.
How many kitchens were loaded on all those bombers total?
3 each, so 3 times 12 is break 36.
Okay, so we prevented the launch of 18 of them from
That's pretty good. That may be enough to save your carrier. We'll find out now, viewers. These missiles were intended to be used in big groups of missiles, big groups of vampires, viewers. That's how they would overcome the Aegis or equivalent of the day. Russia put huge resources into anti-ship weapons to beat the American supercarrier fleets.
About 32 missiles from the F4s from the kitchens.
Roger.
They got it, yeah.
Yeah. We're done. Right, it's just the F4s to worry about now.
Well, we finally got through burn through on that last bit. Now we're just gonna catch him.
Your poor 1960s radar, Simba. Right, defended right. So all we've got to worry about now is F4 Phantoms. Did the F4 Phantoms shoot down enough to save their fleet? Oh, look at that, viewers. Always impressive how many times you watch it. Blowing up. See that, Predictons? 30 miles away, the impact happens.
F4s are done.
I'm done.
Looks like my friends are crashing.
Kitchen may make it through. The Kitchen may make it through, viewers. Seaways out. 100% Seaways happening. Oh, it worked. I think they defended it. Seaways defended it, and no ships were hit. Oh, all right, guys. Well done. What a great battle that was. And welcome in. So what happened is the first ones to fire were the F-35s. They just beat the Tomcats to firing. It's going to be kind of hard to watch this because the battle is 700 by 700 miles. They fired at 130 odd miles. Sent all the missiles in the world out, but they fired. This is one problem we have in game at the moment, viewers, is the firing discipline, the firing deconfliction, the firing optimization, whatever you call it, is terrible. They just sort of all fire at the same target. It kind of is a problem in real life as well, but they do have better systems in real life to deconflict targets. See, all those missiles going for the dead targets. But it's difficult though, viewers, because I know it sounds stupid shooting a dead baddie, but on a radar, a dead baddie looks just like a live baddie, so you can kind of see how it happens. And so they really mince their stuff up here. And at this point, now, it was actually the superbugs that are coming and wipe theirs out more efficiently. They just fired their missiles more efficiently. Simple as that. So the superbugs won, guys, at 15 minutes and 33 seconds. And they weren't the fastest aircraft. They were the third slowest, actually. And they did not have the best missiles. So isn't that interesting why they won, viewers? You're going to have to unpick that for me. Next were the F-35s. Because of terrible inefficiencies at the end, they finished at 16:42, more than a minute later. And that shows you one thing we didn't talk about at the beginning: firing efficiency, target selection, target deconfliction, all those good old words, how important they are, viewers. And they are very important. And how it can affect a battle. Tomcats were next. Tomcats did great, by the way. They got their missiles out almost as quickly as the F-35s, and their missiles hit with just a few seconds after the F-35, and they did good damage again. I don't know what the problem was. For me, it was yield of fire. Not enough missiles at the front there. For every Tomcat that can carry 6 long-range missiles, an F-35 can carry 12 long-range missiles. So, you know, it kind of explains itself, doesn't it, viewers? That's the thing. That's miniaturization of technology allows that to happen on a smaller plane, smaller, cheaper plane. And then they had to clean up, and it took a while to clean up. Those fighters, those bombers, viewers, are as fast as fighters. They'll go Mach 2. So don't think it's easy. It's not. And that's it. And they finished at 16:57. Actually, amazingly, only a few seconds after the F-35s. Then it was a race between the slow-ass bogs. They were just late to the party, and they've got old 90s technology, which just wasn't that good. In some ways, it was actually worse than the 1970s tech, as we can see here. Off they go, start firing.
I started launching around 60 miles.
Roger.
Because I had good locks, and that speed and that altitude.
Yeah, good, efficient firing, but doesn't do so well, and you've got a pretty crappy radar. He's got an old 90s, 80s radar, I think, in APG 63, 2, forgotten. It's a pretty crap one, though.
I got 4 of them before they launched. But,
yeah, well done.
That's obviously not enough.
Look at that one that got through. This is what killed your score. That guy got through, and no one could get him. The missiles, and finally they got him there at 19 minutes and 12. Oof, a little bit disappointing. And how many kitchens got away? I'm not going to sit and count them, but about half we calculated of the 36 possible. The F4 did a handsome job, I think. They didn't travel very fast at any point. I'm just watching. Yes, they did. No, your guy here is doing Mach 1.5, Simba. They were going pretty fast. It's just they're taking a long time to get up to Mach 2. It was about right. 1.5, Mach 1.46, 1.38. So it's modeled pretty well by the looks of it. But here's the problem, viewers. They can only fire at point blank range. They didn't even bother using a AIM 7 slur. Well, they did, but not many of them AIM 7 there. It's just a pretty crappy interceptor due to its limited technologies. And look, almost all of the kitchens got off. Amazingly, didn't make it through. Actually, they did, but I think they were taken up by Seaways. In a way, I'm not sure there's any surprises here, but let's keep going to the end. Pop, 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 pop.
Well, and to be fair to the F4, it is 1960s Interceptor
50s, yeah.
going up against a 1990s bomber.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, and no one said it was fair.
Had to contend with. They would have had to contend with such long range.
They would have had bears and subsonic bombers to take down, wouldn't they?
Yep.
Almost made it through.
And and the in-air-ship missiles wouldn't have had the same range.
Yep, all fair points from Simba. The guys who won it were the F-18s. They didn't win it by kinematics. They didn't win it even by missile load. They won it by more intelligent fighting. F-35s came second. They had the best tech. They fired further out because of the long-range missiles, but they did some bad efficiency and ended up coming second. The third was the ever-impressive Tomcat from the 1970s. Actually got to target first, ahead of anyone at Mach 2. What an amazing plane. Fired the missiles just after the superior JTAMs. but weight of fire was their problem, and hit well and efficiently, but they've got half the amount of missiles as the Super Bog and the F-35, which just wasn't possible. But otherwise, they did brilliant. The Legacy Bug, I mean, it was what you thought it would have been for the 1990s. It did the best it could. It got TWS and whatnot, but just wasn't good enough. No one expected it to do well. And then the F4, I think, did an admirable job. Got there a Mark 1.5.
I wanted to add that I ended up getting a complete TWS lock between 155 and 160 miles away.
Brilliant radar.
So we had a lot of time. Like, if these were human players, we had a lot of time to be able to deconflict verbally with each other, to be able to say, okay, I'm hooking these guys. You guys hook these guys. We could have done that.
That's the brilliant thing about humans. AI just not smart enough viewers. It doesn't understand to deconflict like that. So fair point by SOC. Just one flight could have taken all of those out if they were humans and talking to each other. So yeah, that's the thing, viewers. In which case you probably would have won, to be honest. Any other takeaways? I found that thoroughly interesting and pretty good representation. All the speeds were correct, viewers. Fuel loads, the missiles are as close as we understand them. My last takeaway is, guys, in terms of fleet intercept, how far things have gone in 50 years, right? I mean, almost the best one there was the 1940s Tomcat. The 1970s Tomcat. I found that curious, that it wasn't smashed by the modern tech. Right, viewers? Well, that's where your taxpayer money is going. Go do a thing. Bye-bye.